we don't know where that is. And since we don't know, it literally could be anywhere because we just don't know. We don't know that it's not anywhere. So that's just a really
Yo, yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Uh, Condolences to everybody who done lost their life in this Maine shooting. Lewiston, Maine, 18 people deceased. That's the number that they have right now. 13 injured. 13 injured. Some more details kind of came out. The manhunt. This is a manhunt going on now. And I'm going to be real with y'all, like I say, condolences to everybody who lost somebody in this situation, whoever going through it. This is serious. This is real. This is people, real family, people, real loved ones. And it done got real out there. And it's like this shit like a movie, bro. Like this like some movie type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's real life though. It's real life. We done seen all type of mass shootings over the years. We done seen all type of killings over the years and things like that. I'm gonna let some people come speak a little bit later and stuff on everything, but we just gonna come with the quick little updates and things like that, man. They haven't really gave the names yet. It's some people family kind of speaking out a little bit, but they really, I'm gonna be real with you, watching this and seeing what's going on, they really trying to keep a lot of the information private. Yes, he is military. He is military. He is a gun, like a gun person, gun instructor type vibes. You know what I'm saying? They saying so. He was a gun instructor or something like that. So man, he's trained. He out there somewhere. He left his vehicle, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought he would be caught by now. I thought, yeah, a firearm instructor. I thought he would have been caught by now. I ain't gonna lie, but we'll see.
In the town of Lewiston, located at 24 Mollison Way.
The manhunt is still going on. Let's watch. They talked to somebody who was in there, or somebody close to the people who lost 3 people. Let's listen to that real quick.
Away from our group, Bowling League.
And the 13 people that were in. Okay, here's what happened and here's what we're going to do. And everybody had a clear mission and knew what their jobs were. And that part of this response to the tragedy has gone seamlessly, it seems. And there's some solace in that when something like this happens, our people that we count on to guide us and help us, literally, know what to do. And this has been, in that regard, positive that's been taken care of.
Yeah, and you touched on this a little bit before, and we spoke about it in the previous hours with Amanda Hill, Brian Econo, and Chris Costa about this idea that we are going to feel uneasy until this man is taken into custody. But also, we're not going to be able to really start that process of grieving until this happens for all of the families of these victims. It's going to take him being in custody for them to start that difficult process. So we are still in that stage of uncertainty and stress. And I can't imagine what it's like for those families to be going through that. And really the state as a whole is at a standstill.
Well, and it's not, it is those families clearly 100%. It's also everybody else. We're all directly affected by this. There are people who maybe didn't know any of the 18 victims and the 13 people that were injured, but yet have tremendous anxiety about leaving their house right now because Robert Card is still out there. We all feel, our brothers and our sisters' pain. And, I don't know Bill Young. I don't know his son, Aaron.
But you could have been him.
But I'm a dad, yeah. Right? So now I feel like,
Dang.
Bill Young. I mean, I can't believe that, you went bowling with your son and now you're both gone. So, this is a giant onion with so many layers to it. But the first part of it for all of us is find Robert Card, right? We've got to find Robert Card, and then we can move on to what's after that, which is part of the healing process.
Earlier, I mentioned Trish Aslin, Trisha, who was bowling at Spare Time. Her friend and coworker who was there with her as part of a bowling league for the Apple Valley Golf Course. They were just there after work, taking part in this bowling league. He spoke to our digital producer, Griffin Stockard, and here's some of what he had to say.
We had the Apple Valley Bowling League, and we take up lanes 1 through 10, I think. But unfortunately for our league specifically, we were near the closest exit of the back of the building. I was in a really good position where it was me, a handful of tables and things, and then there was him at the front counter. So when I saw him looking down at his gun, he was facing away from our group. I turned to everybody at the bowling alley on that side, and I said, "Everybody, get out that exit door right now! Live shooter!" Just yelled as loud as I could to get her, and everybody just started running towards that back exit. And part of me is thankful that I was where I was at the time to help and get my mother and my crew out of there to safety. But at the same time, I almost wish that I was up closer to him when he came in, because every time I close my eyes, I visualize myself attacking him. So those people without shoes on or one shoe on and no phones, no keys, no nothing. And we all just kind of found our way across the street into this well-lit parking lot area. And we're basically kind of taking head counts at that point, like who's missing, who's here, who's not here. Pretty stressful times, because without everybody having their phones, you can't really account for everybody, because, there's 10 people over at Marco's, there's a person in the ditch over there, another couple already, ran off, and then they called someone to come pick them up. So, there's people missing. And Trish was definitely somebody I was looking for, and she didn't make her way out.
Wow.
Hold on. Trying to catch this one.
So you obviously heard from a neighbor there of remembered for the life.
The ditch over there.
We have been learning more about him as well, and people who know him, or at least his family. So we want to hear some of that.
See, everything around here is their land. They're farmers. They're really good people. Saw his brother and talked to him while he was hunting. And other than that, he's been in the military the last 20 years, as far as I knew. I've been here for 44 years. I know everybody. It's a small community, and the Cards are really good people. They're hardworking, farming people, and this whole thing is absolutely mind blowing.
So you obviously heard from a neighbor there of the Cards in Bowdoin.
Seek prosecution down the road.
So that sound was actually from last night, I believe. But again, he was speaking today about that just sheer presence of police. The sheer number over 350, I think, was the last update. And you really saw it earlier when Alex Haskell and Sam Rogers were at that home on
Amanda, if you know, correct me. It's kind of gone by fast here. But, they came up to us a while ago, asked us all to turn our lights off because of a dangerous situation. I kind of crouched down because I wasn't sure what was going on, and got a little nervous ourselves. So we heard of this dangerous situation, and we slowly watched law enforcement approach this home here on.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
In Bowdoin, and then they started communicating to Robert Card, who they say is in this home. They were asking him to come out into the driveway and stand in front of a truck that's supposedly in this driveway. We cannot see that truck because of that hill there blocking our view. They said that police were saying that they can guarantee Robert Card's safety. They were telling him that, and that they would not hurt him.
Alex, I just want to clarify with you. Has there been any indication from the law enforcement officers on scene that Robert Card is in fact in that home? Is there any confirmation of that right now?
So there's no confirmation. We're just hearing law enforcement say Robert Card's name. That was a little while ago. It's been quiet.
Bro,
now,
they be
but
speculating.
a little while ago, we heard them say Robert.
Count to go in and have a beer and a bite to eat, and just remembered
Drones for some time. They were shining lights at this home, but we are not seeing those drones anymore. I want to remind you, you might hear some other voices. Oh, I'll let you go ahead, Brian.
It's Zach here. Alex, you spoke to neighbors earlier. What were they saying about the family and about Robert Card himself?
Yeah, Zach. So I was chatting with an older gentleman who was parked along this road because it was blocked off. He could not get to his home. He lives up this road here. So he was saying that he knows the Card family, that they're really nice, amazing people, and he is just shocked that this could happen. He was just stunned, and you could really just see it on his face, shocked as we all are in this situation. And
folks that coached sports alongside people. Ron Morin, for example, was a softball umpire who friends really remembered him as a guy who always had a smile on his face, would offer a huge hug, and was just such a great person. And that's what you hear over and over and over again when these kinds of things happen, right, in other parts of the country. But it really is true. In this case, we had Peyton Brewer-Ross, who worked at BIW, Bath Iron Works, General Dynamics, and BIW, sharing a statement with us today that all of us at Bath Iron Works are heartbroken to share that we've lost a member of our BIW family. We send our deepest condolences. Thoughts and prayers are with those families and friends.
And of course, Trisha Aslin, we know, was bowling last night when this happened. We heard from some of her friends and family. Joshua Seal there, we heard from his wife a little bit, or Arthur Stroud, I'm sorry, is who we heard from his wife, but Joshua Seal, we know, a victim. Bob Violette, Joseph Walker, also known as Joey, was the son of that Auburn City councilor. And we heard from him last night. Our Jack Molmed spoke with him of just how difficult it was to not know, but knowing deep in his heart that his son was among the victims because he had not heard from him.
And Joey Walker there, the manager at Schmenges, and the son of that Auburn City Councilor, Leroy Walker, spoke to Lester Holt earlier, remembering his son as a guy who loved that establishment, was there to have fun, loved the cornhole tournaments, and folks gathered that night after work. We've been talking about that it was an industry day, a day they were given a little bit of a discount to go in and have a beer and a bite to eat, and just enjoy themselves. And obviously he was in a place that he loved, and this happened.
And we briefly mentioned Joshua Seal. I do want to say his wife, Elizabeth, did post to Facebook that he was just the world's best father to our 4 pups. Loved spending time with them, traveling, going for a day trip to the beach or going camping for the weekend. Not only was he an amazing father, he was a wonderful husband, my best friend, and my soulmate. Just an incredible.
All right, we're going to take it up a little bit. This is one of them situations, man. Seeing that word manhunt, that's what's tripping me out. I for sure knew that dog was going to be captured by this morning. You know what I'm saying?
The governor
If
was,
they told me that they was going to be still searching for him today, I wouldn't have believed it. At 6 o'clock, they did a.
Then just minutes later at 7:08 p.m.
They finna do a time recap of everything. Let's see.
Again, this is what they train for, and these are the people we have our faith in, and we will trust the process that this will come to resolution, and we just hope that it's sooner than later, just like they do.
But again, we haven't had a press conference or anything for hours now. We've received little bits of information from police. I understand they're working, and we'll likely hear more from them tomorrow morning. I imagine it seems like they kind of reset each morning to keep us informed about what's going on and what we need to know as they work to track this man down. Robert Card there on your screen. He is considered armed and dangerous. If you happen to see him, police are still asking you give them a call. You can just call 911 if you have to, especially if you feel unsafe.
Also, Zach, real quick, the one constant that the state police and all police have maintained is if you see Robert Card, they definitely want to hear from you. What they don't want is for you to approach him.
Yes.
They've been very clear from the get-go that this is not somebody that you go try to detain yourself or engage with it in any way. If you see him, you are just to call your closest authority. Let them know what you saw, where you saw it, and let them take care of it because it's that much, obviously, of a dangerous situation.
Yeah, it's not the time to be the hero. I know Sam Rogers, I think it was in Lisbon last night, overheard someone kind of get in his truck and say, I'm going to go get him. And well, I understand that is a Mainer thing to want to handle the situation. This is a situation we have to leave up to the police. So taking a breath here, I want to go back to where this all started with a timeline of events that got us to where we are today.
It all started around 6:56 Wednesday night when police received reports of a shooting at Spare Time Recreation Bowling Alley. Then just minutes later at 7:08 p.m., dispatchers received 911 calls about a shooter at Shemenki's Bar and Grill 4 miles away. Video showed people running from the scenes. Less than an hour later at 8:06, police released this photo of the shooter from surveillance footage, walking into Spare Time with an assault rifle. Later, sharing this picture of a white Subaru they believe he was driving. At 8:09, nearby Bates College was placed on lockdown. After that, Auburn and Lewiston residents were ordered to shelter in place around 8:30 as hundreds of officers started a manhunt. Meantime, loved ones of the victims gathered outside of Central Maine Medical Center.
Friends are here, we're all waiting, and we've heard nothing. They won't tell us if he's alive.
We saw this last night.
If he's in critical condition.
They giving an update right now, y'all.
At 9:26, police got a call identifying the shooter as 40-year-old Robert Card of Bowdoin. At 9:56, officers were notified they found the white Subaru belonging to Card at a boat launch in Lisbon, but not him. Then at 11:52, Lisbon residents were ordered to shelter in place. Police holding a press conference warning the public of the danger.
Card is considered armed and dangerous.
All right, let's go up, get back in real time for a second.
I never thought of the people involved here. So
let me go back and look for
he was telling us this morning that we asked
some other live stuff.
Your colleagues saying, and all of them were saying unanimously, what do you need from us? Like, I'm off today, but I'm coming in. I'm opening up my office hours. Whatever it is, they're making themselves available to us. So
when there's a mic in your hand, there's a mic in your heart. The world.
See what else is going on. They called it a manhunt. They was outside of a home earlier. Oh, this is over. Okay, my bad. Let me go back, y'all. We trying to get live action. Their live thing is still on, but they closed theirs off. Let me see what's going on. My bad. Just a second. See what they got going on. All right, that ain't gonna work. Let's go back. Just trying to get different live updates. it's all type of updates going on, but I'm trying to catch the live ones, y'all. Let's see this one. Okay, we finna get a police brief right now. Finna get a police brief. See what they said before this.
Have there been any credible sightings?
Okay, yeah, it's new. This is real time.
One additional follow-up from you.
Okay. Y'all want to go back? Y'all want to watch? Y'all want to wait in real time, or y'all want to go back and watch the update? It's on y'all. Y'all want to wait in real time till somebody else come speak, or do y'all want to rewind and watch the somebody already spoke. The chief that we watched last night spoke. We can go back and watch what they got to say, but they waiting right now in real time for somebody else to come speak. So it's on y'all. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to rewind, watch it, rewind right now, watch it, or just stay in real time? We can rewind, watch what they already said, or we can just stay right here in real time. So y'all just want to stay right here? Bet. So for people just coming in, okay, they finna have the people come right now.
Standing by, you can just stand by for a few more moments. All the players are here, just so your patience is greatly appreciated.
Susan, did you hear that?
Yeah. Got it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, they saying they wanna they gonna wait. We gotta wait a few minutes for somebody else to come in.
I'm gonna have people come to this. There, so, okay. Yeah. We have you all stay where that is. Yeah. There. Sorry about that. Thank you. Because people will be walking right behind you. You get that? People will be walking right behind you.
Thank you.
This is real crazy. This is real wild, man. This is different. We waiting on the police chiefs to come in, y'all. They finna come speak right now. This is in real time. I could go back a little bit. I'm gonna go back a little bit and come back. Let's see what he had to say.
Thank you, Colonel.
We'll come right back in real time.
Again, in any homicide somebody or screw something up, but I would also tell you that a couple of our other effects the public might take to support the people of Lewiston at this time. With a long history of service. We did notice several vehicles that came down there, so they are very active in this.
Still ain't came in. We'll be back.
Shooter at several locations in Lewiston, including Airtime Recreation and Schmangy's Bar and Grill. These law enforcement officers, in the face of danger, responded swiftly, selflessly, and with
Yeah, you can't believe all the reports, man. Wait for police confirmation.
They search tirelessly for a person of interest in connection with Valentine's event. On behalf of all Maine people, I express
Hey, I'm gonna watch on my phone
your response.
so I can see. I'm gonna watch on my phone.
For Maine's hospitals and other medical emergency responders.
So I can see if they when the new update come
I'm
out.
profoundly saddened to stand before you today and report that 18 people lost their lives.
18 dead.
13 people injured in last night's attacks. In memory of those we lost and in honor of those who were injured, President Biden and I have ordered all U.S. flags and state of Maine flags to be lowered to half staff immediately for the next 5 days. Maine State Police have issued a shelter-in-place order for Lewiston, Lisbon, and Bowdoin as the manhunt for that person of interest, Robert Card of Bowdoin, continues. I will let law enforcement speak to the ongoing manhunt and to their investigation. But Mr. Card is considered armed and dangerous, and police advise that Maine people should not approach him under any circumstances. I continue to strongly urge Maine people to follow the direction of state and local law enforcement amid this ever-changing situation. Please, if you see anything suspicious, please call 911.
Okay, I got it playing on my other phone. The update when they come through. This just happened though.
But the full weight of my administration,
My bad, y'all. Let me blow
law
it up.
enforcement's efforts to capture the person of interest, Robert Card, to hold whoever's responsible for this atrocity accountable under the full force of state and federal law, and to seek full justice for the victims and their families.
Okay, they coming back out. Is this?
And we will not rest.
Did they replay it over or something? Did they replay this over?
Nolan, thank you for being here. You may notice my voice is a little hoarse after working through the night. As you all know, last night, local, county, state, and federal law enforcement officers from around the state of Maine responded to reports of an active shooter at several locations in Lewiston, including Airtime Recreation and Schmangy's Bar and Grill. These law enforcement officers, in the face of danger, responded swiftly, selflessly, and with great bravery. Bravery that they continue to demonstrate today as they search tirelessly for a person of interest in connection with Valentine's event. On behalf of all Maine people, I express my deep gratitude for your response and for your continued service. I also do so for Maine's hospitals and other medical emergency responders. I'm profoundly saddened to stand before you today and report that 18 people lost their lives, 13 people injured in last night's attacks. In memory of those we lost and in honor of those who were injured, President Biden and I have ordered all U.S. flags and state of Maine flags to be lowered to half staff immediately for the next 5 days. Maine State Police have issued a shelter-in-place order for Lewiston, Lisbon, and Bowdoin as the manhunt for that person of interest, Robert Card of Bowden, continues. I will let law enforcement speak to the ongoing manhunt and to their investigation. But Mr. Card is considered armed and dangerous, and police advise that Maine people should not approach him under any circumstances. I continue to strongly urge Maine people to follow the direction of state and local law enforcement amid this ever-changing situation. Please, if you see anything suspicious, please call 911. There are still many things we don't yet know about these attacks, but the full weight of my administration is behind law enforcement's efforts to capture the person of interest, Robert Card, to hold whoever is responsible for this atrocity accountable under the full force of state and federal law, and to seek
It's in real
justice
time now,
for the
y'all.
victims and their families. We are.
Well, this ain't real time. This is what they played already.
In this endeavor.
I'm gonna let some
My
people join in a
administration
little bit.
is coordinating closely with
We'll go to the police chief,
and
y'all.
federal officials to respond to this shooting.
Oh no,
I have spoken twice with President Biden. I've spoken with Vice President Harris, Secretary of Homeland Security in my office, and Secretary of Health and Human Services, Sarah, all of whom have called me last night to express the Biden administration's full and unwavering support and to offer any and all help that we, people of Maine, might require. The governors of our neighboring New England states and of other states have contacted me to offer aid, and I am sincerely grateful for their friendship and support. We've been in touch with every member of the Maine congressional delegation, all of whom have offered their full support.
Upgrade to a new 2024 Ram 1500, discounted $14,000 during rent.
It's one of these things, bro, where it's like so many different news outlets, but this one right here is on the ground. I want y'all to hear what the police chief had to say is the update. So that's what we coming on now. He finna speak. And I guess the lead detective, soon as she done speaking, said she spoke to Biden, Kamala Harris.
We need to help our communities heal. If you or a person you love need someone to talk to during this difficult time, please call or text 988 for free and confidential counseling. 988. Look, Lewiston is a special place. It's a close-knit community with a long history of hard work, of persistence, of faith, of opening its big heart to people everywhere. Lewiston is where I worked for years. It's where I met and married my husband and where our girls went to school. I love this place just as I love the whole state with my entire heart. I'm so deeply saddened, as is every one of the 1.3 million people of this beautiful state. This city did not deserve this terrible assault on its citizens, on its peace of mind, on its sense of security. No city does, no state, no people. No words can truly or fully measure the grief of many people today. Our small state of just 1.3 million people has long been known as one of the safest states in the nation. This attack strikes at the very heart of who we are and the values we hold dear for this precious place we call home. All Maine people are sharing the sorrow of the families who lost loved ones last night. Loved ones, normal people who were killed or injured while unwinding from a day of work or while spending time with their family and friends, socializing. So on behalf of the 1.3 million people of the whole state of Maine, I hold these families and this city in my heart today. I know that the people of Lewiston are enduring immeasurable pain.
Gonna let the police chief speak and detective speak. Then we're gonna I'm gonna let some people come up and just, you know what I'm saying? We ain't really just doing too much, man. We gonna keep it respectful. People lost their lives, man. We're gonna talk though, speak on it.
I wish I could take the pain
Condolences to everybody.
off your shoulders, but I promise you this.
I just, man, manhunt real time 2023, bro. Shit crazy.
I ask many people to join me in offering our comfort to the families and friends who have lost someone, and in offering our prayers for swift recovery for those who are healing in Maine's hospitals today. This is a dark day for Maine. I know it's hard for us to think about healing when our hearts are broken. But I want every person in Maine to know that we will heal together. We are strong, we are resilient, we are a very caring people. In the days and weeks ahead, we will need to lean on those qualities more than ever before. As we move forward, struggling as we may, let us wrap our arms around one another, offer comfort and solace and love. I know the Maine State Police will continue to release information to the public as we confirm it, and information about any steps that the public might take to support the people of Lewiston at this time. May God bless the people of Lewiston and bless the memories of those we have lost. Thank you.
We want to say thank you to really a large number of other elected officials across our state, whether that's the federal delegation, local elected officials, and many others that are part of organizations or law enforcement agencies that truly wanted to join us today at this particular press event and wanted to speak on behalf of their communities. And as the governor had mentioned, and everybody else will reiterate, our reality for today is that this suspect is still at large. And we want to provide community support for the victims, for the families, in the communities across the state. But we also have an incredibly strong laser-like focus on bringing this suspect into custody and ultimately to justice. So because of that mission for this particular event and today's activities, we're keeping the list of speakers and the agenda pretty tight. And that will include next up at the podium would be Chief Dave St. Pierre from the city of Lewiston, and some other members of his command staff are present. What I will say to the city of Lewiston, you know this because you feel it every day, but you're lucky to have a chief like Chief St. Pierre and his entire law enforcement agency from every level. Both officers put their heart and their soul on the line on behalf of their community last night and into today. And they're doing it for the right reasons. They do it because they care. So the city in the mix with us. And we're also going to hear from Colonel William Ross from the Maine State Police. And Bill will highlight some of the timeline things that you're probably concerned about and certainly interested in from a story perspective. So the Colonel will come up and speak to that. And we'll also have Jody Cohen. And Jody is the special agent in charge for the FBI out of the Boston field office. And Jody will highlight some of those federal partnerships and some of the things that our federal partners are bringing to the table, bringing to bear to help us with this investigation. We also have a bunch of people here. Once you start naming people, you're going to have a problem because you're going to forget somebody or screw something up. But I would also tell you that a couple of our other federal partners are here. Kevin Neal, who's the U.S. Marshal for the District of Maine. We also have James Ferguson, and Jim is the special agent in charge from the ATF for the Boston Field Division. They are heavily invested with staff along with the FBI, and we can't thank them enough for all that they're doing on behalf of our state. I would also tell you that we are going to close with a brief Q&A, and we're going to try to get some of those questions out there. We appreciate your time, your patience, your professionalism, your partnership in getting this information out. I would think that those questions are going to be brief because, again, we do have a suspect at large. And while you can help us with that, we also need to get back to our teams to push forward on that. So with that in mind, I will be back up to the podium to kind of steer that a little bit. But for starters, I would like Chief Safety Air join.
Thank you, Director Sawchuk, and welcome media partners, and thank you, Governor Mills, for those kind words. I'm going to keep this short. What I would like the very most is to express our deepest sympathies to the families and friends of the victims of this heinous crime. This is truly a tragedy that goes beyond comprehension. I'm confident in our community, that our community has and will continue to come together throughout this endeavor to bring this to a successful conclusion. Although difficult, I do ask the public to continue to be mindful of their own personal safety and also that they be patient with the process as much as possible. There's extensive work and attention to detail that goes into such a large-scale investigation. I'm confident in the expertise and professionalism of our investigators and all law enforcement officials that are currently involved.
Let's go to
This
the
is
time.
all hands on deck.
First and foremost, this is an ongoing homicide investigation in search for the person that is responsible for it. We're in the early stages of this investigation. And I just want to let you know we will have updates. We'll be putting some type of a schedule out later on. But again, early stages of a homicide investigation, we want to be careful that we're doing things correctly. We want to get ahead of ourselves. I'm going to give you a bit of a timeline here to kind of fill in some of the blanks.
There go the timeline, y'all.
As we know them right now. A lot of this information will then be transferred to the Attorney General's office as they will be the lead prosecutor, again, in any homicide investigation. Last night, October 25th at approximately 6:56 p.m., the Auburn Communications Center received a 911 call of a male shooting in Just in Time, or the Spare Time Recreation Center in the town of Lewiston, located at 24 Mollison Way in Lewiston. Shortly after that, at about 7:08 p.m., the Communications Center received multiple 911 calls about an active shooter inside of a Schmenge's Billiards at 553 Lincoln Street in the town of Lewiston.
Hold on, what time you said? Hold on. My bad,
A little
Joe.
bit more. Here's some of the facts as we know them right
I
now.
wanted to hear the time.
A lot of this information will then be transferred to the Attorney General's office as they will be the lead prosecutor, again, in any homicide investigation. Last night, October 25th at approximately 6:56 p.m., the Auburn Communications Center received a 911 call of a male shooting in Just in Time, or the Spare Time Recreation Center in the town of Lewiston, located at 24 Mollison Way in Lewiston. Shortly after that, at about 7:08 p.m., the Communications Center received multiple 911 calls about an active shooter inside of a Schmenge's Billiards at 553 Lincoln Street in the town of Lewiston. A large law enforcement response from multiple surrounding agencies assisted the Lewiston Police Department in trying to identify who this individual was and what was happening. As you can imagine, this was a very fast-paced, fast-moving, very fluid scene, very dangerous scene that these guys and girls were going into. 18 people are now deceased at this time. The victims at the Just in Time establishment, 7 people are deceased there, 1 female and 6 males, all from an apparent gunshot wound. Victims at the Schmenge's Billiards, 8 are deceased. 7 males inside the establishment, 1 male outside of the establishment. Again, also apparent gunshot wounds. So multiple people were transferred to area hospitals, Central Maine Medical Center, St. Mary's, and Maine Medical Center. 3 people that were transferred to those hospitals are deceased, for a total of 18 people deceased at this time. The investigation into the person responsible for this identified a vehicle located at the Pajevscott boat landing in Lisbon That person, through the registration of that vehicle, is identified, as been stated earlier, as a Robert Card, born in 1983. Several of the deceased have been identified, and their families, next of kin, have been notified. Approximately 8 people at this point have been identified. 10 people, 10 of these victims still need to be identified at this time. Currently, there is an arrest warrant for 8 counts of murder for Mr. Card. And the reason it's 8 counts because 10 people have not yet been identified. As those people are identified, the counts would probably go to the total of 18. He should be considered armed and dangerous. Based on our investigation, we believe this is someone that should not be approached. This is someone that should be, if you come into any contact with this individual or someone that you think looks like this individual, you were to call 911, and I'll provide some tip line numbers at the conclusion of my briefing. Lewiston Police Department, federal, state, county, and other local municipalities are involved in a coordinated search at this moment for this individual. So there's the ongoing investigation and there's a search to apprehend this person. Both happen simultaneously. I can't stress this enough. This is an ongoing investigation in the early stages. More information will come out in conjunction with the Attorney General's office as the lead prosecutor. We can't share all of our information right now, and I'm sure you understand that. I'm going to give out 2 numbers that go to a tip line. 911 is also appropriate for this, but if anyone can call.
My bad, y'all.
Victims at the Schmegley's Billiards, 8 are deceased.
Special agent in charge, Colin, if you could join me, please.
Thank you. My name is Joey Cohen. I'm the special agent in charge of FBI Boston Division, which covers the state of Maine.
This is the
Our
FBI.
hearts go out to everyone who was impacted as a result of the senseless violence. The FBI is working hand in hand with our law enforcement partners. Our evidence response team is here processing these very extensive scenes. We are providing investigative and tactical support, as well as our victim specialists are working with those affected by this tragedy. As this very active investigations continues to unfold, we're asking the public to stay vigilant and come forward with any information that you might have that you feel is helpful to our investigators. My pledge is that the FBI will carry out this investigative case with rigor. We will work day and night alongside our law enforcement partners to get the answers to the questions this community deserves. We thank the public for your continued cooperation and patience as we continue to work this very active investigation. Thank you.
FBI there.
Appreciate that. And I would say that the reality here from a resource standpoint is that when we've asked for anything, the answer has been yes, period. Tactical teams, evidence response teams, full-blown investigative units, detective units that have come from multiple states, whether it's the commissioners from Vermont and New Hampshire reaching out to me directly, Massachusetts saying, what do you need, Mike? What can we do for the state of Maine? So we are now prepared to try to take a few questions and keep in mind again that we may not be able to answer as in-depth as you would like, and we don't plan on taking a great deal of questions. I think follow-up press events will allow for that. So
no one has really talked about the weapon that was used here, the AR style, so someone can talk about that. But the other thing here is there are reports that this individual had mental health issues, that he made threats to shoot up the National Guard. So clearly there were some signs there to be found. Someone's radar. Question becomes, why was he in possession of this weapon? And certainly, why wasn't he stopped?
Yeah, I think those are all valid questions, and certainly questions that we are looking into now, but not questions that we can answer today. Considering that this occurred last night, there's still an active search for the suspect in question. So I can appreciate those questions, but not something we're going to be able to answer. answer right
Is
now.
it something that you're investigating?
It is certainly one of those things that we want to follow up on, all aspects of that. Go ahead, right here. Yes.
Can you give us a sense of the ages of who has died, how many are under 18 and how many are over 18?
I'm not sure we have that information with us today. We wanted to break it down by gender because that's something we had readily available. We did not break this down into age ranges at all.
So what can you tell us, what can you tell us about the background of the suspect in this case, or is it a person of interest? Because I noticed the language is very clear, it's like person of interest, not suspect. So why use that terminology, and what can you tell us about his background?
Yeah, I think we used person of interest last night for half of the room that was here for that press event. As the colonel had mentioned, there is now arrest warrants for murder for this particular individual, Mr. Carr.
This is
So he is
crazy,
viewed
bro.
as a suspect, and there's a full court press by all of our partners to bring him into custody. What was the second piece of that question?
What can you tell us about his background? Just wanted to ask a second ago about the idea that he had voiced concerns about his own mental health, right? Had been committed, according to language in the police bulletin, to a mental health facility for weeks. How could someone?
All right. Let me see who else live. They ain't really gonna answer them questions, y'all. I'm trying to see who else live. They just sitting outside over here in the dark. That's not gonna really do nothing. Yeah, this is crazy. Somebody else streaming. This was earlier today. All right, let's go to. Hold on. Trying to find something. We get some different shit. Might have to go back over there where we was at. Yeah, I think we'll go back over where we was at, get the rest of them questions that they answered, then we'll go to the screen where they outside at.
Big day, first driving lesson.
What does that
Then we'll bring some people
music.
on if y'all want
Shouldn't
to
we
come
rotate
speak.
the tires? They rotate every time you drive.
Energy bills through the roof again.
We're not changing. We pick a lane and stay in it.
Don't be a holdover. Find out if you can save on electricity at compareyourbill.com.
Trust the experts at BMW of Houston North for your service needs. With BMW Value Service, pricing is more competitive than ever on the services you need most, such as oil changes and brake pads. Call or schedule service online. BMW of Houston North, your local BMW center.
Is it a person of interest? Because I noticed the language is very clear. It's like person of interest, not suspect. So
After this, I'm gonna bring some people on to speak. If y'all want to speak.
Yeah, I think we used
No,
person
they
of
did not
interest
catch
last
them.
night for half of the room that was here for that press event. As the colonel had mentioned, there is now arrest warrants for murder for this particular individual, Mr. Carr. So he is viewed as a suspect.
I'm gonna drop the link if anybody want to come on and speak. Hey man, I'm gonna ask y'all to keep it respectful tonight. Get some dialogue in. Stay on here for a little bit longer. We'll chop it up. Any questions, thoughts? You know, we want to hear what people got to say, but let's keep it respectful, though. Let's keep it all the way respectful. You know, ain't nothing wrong with opinions, but we're going to keep it respectful.
Well, I do think that the statutes around firearms and the possession of those are pretty complex. I know that we'll be reviewing that information as we move forward, but that's not an answer that we're prepared to give today. But that leads to motive. You're talking about behavioral health issues and how that impacts the situation. I would expect you'll hear back from us on that in the future. Right here.
Yeah, I've got a question about, we've seen helicopters as far north as Monmouth. Can you tell us anything about what's leading you that far north of the scene where you come from?
Yeah, sure. So we have law enforcement assets that are deployed over a number of communities doing follow-ups on a number of different things. So as you can imagine, there's a great deal of search warrants that we're following up on. We do have partners, that helicopters from the New Hampshire State Police. That copter was here last night to assist us as well. So whether we have tactical elements out or we're searching an area, some of those air assets would be very, very valuable. So that's what they're doing. We're not going to speak to what brings us to a specific community one way or the other.
Identifying the unidentified victims, what are people encouraged to do? Is there DNA being tested from family members who may have missing loved ones? Like, what is that? What's that appropriate?
Yeah, so we did have a family reunification center open last night. We do have behavioral health liaisons that are fully engaged to work with families and work with loved ones and work with victims for that matter that may be in a hospital and seeking treatment. So those things are actively occurring. We are dealing with each one of those situations separately. So do we need DNA on that? Are we just waiting to find a loved one?
Shout out to everybody coming in, man.
I think
Don't let
that's
some
very
people join up and speak in a
and take
minute.
2 more questions. Right here. I think we're always concerned around motive. That you say triggering event, that's a motive for us. Again, that's not something we're prepared to discuss today, but I do appreciate the question. It's clearly something that's important. One additional follow-up from you.
So I'm gonna drop the link. I got the link dropped. The people want to come up and speak. We just
I think that does speak to
come up
motive,
and
so I
speak,
appreciate
give
the
your
follow-up, but not
thoughts.
something we're
Gonna keep it
And
respectful.
then one more question. Right here. Right here.
Excuse me. He is still around. He's still active.
And can you say if Card is still in the state or he's still alive?
Well, we're actively searching for him. If I knew the answers to those questions, and this would be a different press
Hey,
conference.
some of the reporters be asking some stupid
We
shit.
don't know his location, and I'll leave it at that. And we are working with the Attorney General's office. reference to those questions. So with that in mind, we're done taking questions for now. So we are going to actually take off at this point. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it.
Have there been any credible sightings? We've not really gotten any answers. So
Thank you.
Bro, hey, they're pressed. Hey, them motherfuckers, they're crazy. Hey, they crazy motherfucker, boy. Hey, they be asking some stupid ass questions too. Let me go back to that other dudes, man. They back in on the night shift. Let me see where they at real quick. Them same 2 dudes that was on here last night, they back on live again tonight. They talked to somebody who had got who was there and had told everybody to go out the exit door when he saw the shooter and everything. And they did lose one person that was with them that got shot. They got he with that bowling league that was there. So it's some people they have not identified yet. They haven't identified some people yet. So the people at the bar in whatchamacallit. Where's that other live at, bro? That let me look at my history. It was another live that was on there that I was looking for, bro. I just be let, bro. It be shit. This motherfucking YouTube be running all day right here, bro. Like, this is my other YouTube account. So it just runs like all fucking day. Sometime when I leave the computer on, and it just be going up on all type of shit. It be random as fuck. It be rap, hip hop, sports, nigga, anything, news, old shit. Because this ain't my everyday account, so it's just different because it's like just going to different shit. They take a break.
Personnel were immediately then dispatched to both of those locations.
So they at his house right here, but
yesterday evening, police
you know he ain't there.
a photo of the alleged shooter to the media, potentially.
And not only the providers.
That was earlier today.
The nursing staff at all the support.
I'm gonna drop the link. If anybody want to come join, you can.
And as well as they did.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. They got the numbers on the injured, the shot. They're not really gonna give a lot of information right now.
Again, we have 8 patients right now in our hospital. 5 of them are stable. 3 of them are in critical condition, and we're continuing to monitor their condition closely.
Damn. 5 stable, 3 critical.
At this point, we're not releasing that information. We're working in conjunction with law enforcement agencies.
The feds are there. They all on deck. They got all the resources coming from all over.
None of the patients that we have here admitted are unidentified. But
my bad, y'all. My bad.
And once the call went out, we had people coming in and helping. So yeah, we had about 50 people working actively, and then we probably had another 50 or so individuals who were just standing by, ready to help. And we needed that help last night. We had obviously a lot of people from the community were gathering around the hospital who needed our support, so we were able to provide that to them.
Are the families able to visit the patients?
We've had families visiting with patients today, and we'll continue to do so. That's an important part of their healing process as well.
I know you say you have experts with these kinds of gunshot wounds that you're prepared for mass casualty event. Have you had specific conversations with your team about the potential mass shooting in the past?
We have. We drill on these types of scenarios.
So yeah, man. Okay, they went back over there again. I'm trying to find the one I was looking at earlier. The one I was looking at last night that was live. Hold on. I'm trying to put news in. I watched that Jay-Z, their first Jay-Z clip today. Yeah, ain't nobody live no more right now. On no updates. There's one, but I don't think. Let me see. They got something else going on.
Some of it is shock. Some of it certainly sadness, and in thought.
It's obviously dark, you can't see it, but not too far away from us. We were here a little before 6 o'clock. We were just kind of hanging out. Law enforcement had blocked off this road as they were executing a search warrant on a home. Things seemed to be quiet. And then as things got dark, actually a member of law enforcement.
Yeah, man, they still out there. They done went to his house. 18. They've said 18 people are deceased, so condolences to their family.
Law enforcement were on the scene of something that is unfolding. But to have a situation like that, to say, turn your lights off.
You see if they talk to somebody else.
We're around you. But I think recognizing the fact that the media isn't there to be in the way. At least we personally are not trying to be in the way, but we're trying to get the word out. And I think they've appreciated that people have paid attention to this shelter in place.
Yes, absolutely. And that was a comment we did receive is, we want to let, regardless of the situation, especially in a case like this, we do not want to be in the way at all. We are just trying to, again, pass those public messages of shelter in place in these communities. Here's where police are telling you to try to avoid, this road is closed and whatnot. And I think they've kind of understood.
Facts that my son is dead, and I know he's dead. I know it as well as I know I'm standing here telling you, because he's not.
So it's a
Damn.
decision that needed to be made.
There were a lot of compelling things about this story that.
Bro, he be everywhere.
National story.
Joining us for a sit-down conversation, Lester Holt tells us the rise in mass shootings in America is a feeling that is always shocking.
They're among the hardest for me personally to report.
Some of the worst things of humanity that we encounter here, it makes you sick to your stomach. What do you tell yourself as a journalist when approaching these situations?
That it's all about people. Imperative that we bring compassion to our reporting, that we provide a listening ear.
And that compassion comes into play for us journalists. When speaking with Auburn City Councilor Leroy Walker.
If you had my gut right now, I feel like I'm squashed with a vice. My neck and the back of my head feels like there's a vice squashing it the other way.
Our news crews first spoke to Leroy at the midnight hour the day of the tragedy. And at that time, he had not heard from his son since the time of the shooting. His son, a manager at Shemengi's Bar in Lewiston, the location where 8 people were shot and killed.
When I wake up to the true facts that my son is dead and I know he's dead, I know it as well as I know I'm standing here telling you because he's not here.
Joey Walker, his son, killed in the shooting.
No, he's devastated. He's 14 hours he was trying to find out if his son was dead or alive. These are important stories to tell because you look at them and you think that could be us, that could be me.
Lester Holt says after decades of covering tragedies,
it's not a measure of a city or of a region. It's just something that happened in that particular place, not because of that place. At least that's my experience.
You can only focus on silver linings in one devastating black hole in Maine's history. And oftentimes, since we've been reporting this for the better part of
This
more, at
shit
least
crazy,
30 or
man.
more hours now at this point, Lee and Zach, something that we've been telling ourselves.
I'm gonna drop the link if anybody want to come up and
to speak.
speak.
At the root of our job here in
Shout out to everybody that's here, man. Condolences to everybody that lost themselves. I don't know. I just been kind of interested.
Service is being able to constantly tell our audience something that makes them smart.
I don't know. I don't know why. I've been interested. I've been just interested in this story, like just seeing what's going on with it, seeing it unfold, man. Just like what's really going on, bro. Like it's a lot that this goes on with this shit. Like people getting killed. Like you could just be, I pop out and go places, man. Somebody just walking there on some murderous time, like I'm finna take everybody in here life. I'm finna kill everybody in here. Or I'm just shooting whoever I see first, man. Like, and this shit just been going on more and more and more and more. We done seen it at Walmarts. We done seen it at malls. We done seen it at banks. They had numbers last year. It was quite a few just mass type shootings last year. You know what I'm saying? They put the numbers up last night. Had it was like in the teens of school shootings, man. We got people going to shooting up elementary schools, all this shit. And it's like, we in a place where the only thing that you can do is a process, bro. The only thing that you can do is just try to raise your kids right, raise them to be strong, mentally strong adults, talk to people, and make sure you not the person. Do everything you do. Churches also, D. Bradford, do everything that you can do to make sure you not this person. So everybody got a role to play, but the person who doing this, you can't do this. And other people, you got to make sure you not the person that will do this. Because now you done killed innocent people. Let's see what he got to say real quick.
Aaron was a member of that youth bowling league here, and eventually,
I mean, that's as real as it gets, right? I mean, this poor man is heartbroken.
Yeah, and we continue to hear those stories over and over again of all the families who, right when this happened, went to Central Maine Medical Center. You saw them outside the doors there, eventually going to Auburn to the reunification center. Some people walking away with good news that their loved ones survived. Others hearing the news they feared the most. And our thoughts are certainly with them. I believe we have Matthew Torres, who is helping us from our sister station. He's live outside of Spare Time now. Matthew, I believe you also have some new names to tell us, some new victims that we are learning about tonight.
Yeah, we are able to confirm through one family member that two victims here at the bowling alley who died here last night were Bill Young, 43 years old, and his son, Aaron Young, who just turned 14 years old. Now, this we were able to confirm through Bill's brother, a Maryland man who flew in this morning to be with family. At first, they couldn't get a hold of the family whatsoever, and they were able to finally get that information confirmed when he tells me that state troopers went to their home and finally delivered that tragic news. He was telling me that his nephew Aaron was a member of that youth bowling league here, and eventually gunshots, of course, erupted. And even though he doesn't know the full details of what happened inside that bowling alley, he is confident, knowing who his brother was, Bill, that he probably did everything he could to protect his son, who again just turned 14 years old. Again, we are confirming this information, and I know we have been careful throughout the evening as far as the names that we are able to put out there. But not only was Rob Young did confirm this information to us, but the widow of Bill, as well as Bill's father, aware that he did that interview with us. And he was able to share photos of both Bill and Aaron. Hopefully we can get that up to you guys fairly soon. But again, two more victims that we know of here at the bowling alley last night. We're currently the scene, as you can tell, is still blocked off. Police have been here throughout really more than 24 hours now. And if anything, though, it's really been a just enjoying time in the Auburn area, but we are also just getting word tonight from Portland Public Schools that they are working to bowling alley with.
We heard that there was a youth bowling league there. We've been waiting to hear, praying, please no kids. And so for Matthew to tell us that, there's, I believe, our first child that we've learned about, Aaron Young, 14 years old, who went bowling with his dad, right? Bill Young, who's 43.
Yeah, this is Aaron right here. I know this is a little bit haphazard, but we want to make sure we share his photo with you as quickly as possible. A 14-year-old who was at that bowling alley with his dad, a night after work for his dad, of hanging out with the kids, just enjoying time together, and horrific tragedies.
Yeah, I mean, how many times do I take my own kids bowling, on a random Wednesday just to spend some time together? And this is just, that one hits, they all hit close to home. They're all awful. And
yeah. And speaking of this impact on families, on kids, on parents that are continuing to watch this coverage unfold, a number of schools continue to announce that they are not having classes, of course, in the Lewiston, Auburn area. But we are also just getting word tonight from Portland Public Schools that they are working to continue to monitor the Lewiston events. I'm just reading this from Twitter right now. If police give all clear by Friday morning, we will reopen. But if needed, they are prepared rather to close school again on Friday. So they will update by 5 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and South Portland sent a similar message out earlier tonight. All those schools did not have school today, and then tomorrow we'll see what happens. Full disclosure, my kids aren't going to school tomorrow, whether they're school or not. So, until Robert Card is found, they're uneasy. This is stuff they wanted to talk about it when we got home today. And, talked to Greg Marley from NAMI intensively over the last 24 hours. I feel like he lived here for us and was such a huge resource, and spent a lot of time about how to talk to your kids. That they're not going to be able to avoid this. We're not able to avoid this, so they know what's going on. And so we talked about it, and they want to be home right now, with us, and where they feel.
He loved his family. He made sure he always put us first. There was never a doubt that he wouldn't take care of us, and I really don't know what I'm going to do without him.
Josh Seal.
Phones, you can't really account for everybody because
all right, y'all.
When a cyber thief transfers the title of your home out of
think we pretty much updated on the latest with this.
Of your hard-earned equity. Many people don't know this has happened.
pretty much updated on the latest now, man. So we didn't watch the news stuff. 18 deceased. Don't have a suspect in custody. They saying it's a manhunt, man. It's wild. I ain't never seen nothing like it. They just replaying the updates on Fox, I think. They just replaying the press conference on Fox, it seemed like. They just keep running it live. This one was from earlier today.
And strength in no.
Frustrated, worried, we know, close friend has passed.
At least 18 lives lost in the Lewiston, Maine mass shooting, the 565th mass shooting in 2023, and the deadliest so far this year, according to the National Gun Violence Archive, which defines a mass shooting as at least 4 victims shot, excluding the shooter.
Pray for the families, pray for these victims. Things have got to be changed, have got to change.
That grief felt across the country time and time and time again, with more than 35,000 people killed by gun violence so far this year. Families in Monterey Park, California, still recovering from the horrific killing of 11 people at a dance hall studio that took place just 3 weeks into the new year. Flowers and pictures lining the entrance of an elementary school in Nashville after 6 people, including 3 children, were shot and killed there in March. And a community in Allen, Texas, grieving the 9 murdered at an outlet mall in May, now calling for change. The heartbreak and anger in Lewiston, Maine also felt less than 300 miles away in Newtown, Connecticut.
We know that gun violence is preventable. We need to do more to stand up to this issue, to enact safe laws, and to create the safe communities that we all deserve.
Nicole Hockley watching another mass shooting unfold, nearly 11 years after her 6-year-old son Dylan was killed along with his 19 classmates and 6 teachers at Sandy Hook Elementary School.
I just wish my little boy was back by my side. He would be turning 18 in a couple of months. I often think about how tall he might be now, or he'd be a senior in high school, what life experiences might be ahead from him. And I'll never know because he's frozen at 6.
Hockley turning her anguish into action, helping launch Sandy Hook Promise, a nonprofit that works to protect children from gun violence through programs and bipartisan policy.
No one should feel unsafe wherever they go, whether it's their school or their bowling alley. Everyone should be and feel safe, and we have the power to make that happen.
But tonight, more families impacted by senseless gun violence, and the nation once again united in grief. We have to do better. Thanks so much for watching Top Story. For Tom Yamas, I'm Stephanie Gosk in New York. Stay right.
In history,
programs and bipartisan policy.
No one should feel unsafe wherever they go, whether it's their school or their bowling.
For the next phases of war, they did release some video to this, maybe a little bit. Is it a bailout? Is it a backstop? There's a difference because it matters.
This shit just wild, bro. This something different. But we'll see what happens tomorrow with it, man. Night, they're gonna be up all night searching and on this manhunt, but shit. If anybody want to join up right now, I'm finna get, come speak real quick. If y'all want to join on, got 18 deceased, man. This crazy. We in some wild times right now, man. Real wild times. They sending troops to Israel. We got this going on, that going on. This shit is just everywhere, bro. This is all type of shit going on, man. Well, we're gonna send condolences up, man. That's pretty much all we can do. Ain't nothing get confirmed tonight. They gave us some information. We seen a few people that's deceased. Condolences to all them families, most definitely. Shout out to y'all, for tapping in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Dutch, the same loyal, the grind, the luck to live, Cavalli Monroe, Niner Fan 916, my guy. He said all the gun laws in the world don't help mental health issues a person is having. You're 1,000% correct, man. This is not a easy fix. It's a lot of, when I'm speaking on here, bro, it be a lot of hard reality that I try to get people to come to, and people don't want to take the hard reality. I am a fan and supporter of being optimistic, but when we got to speak the hard reality, we got to speak the hard reality. There's nothing that can be done to reverse these mass shootings or controlling gun violence as far as when it becomes a mental health issue or mass attack. Now, we've seen gun violence in the streets decrease throughout the country over the years, where it's intended for a motive and a personal relationship. But we talk about just things like this. I mean, anybody can buy a gun. You can get a gun. You can drive to a swap meet. I mean, you can just drive to a gun shop out of state sometimes. You can buy a gun off the street. You can steal a gun. If they took guns out the stores, that'll just be more money on the black market. If they took guns out of America, you know what'll happen? People from overseas will do even more smuggling than they already do. That'll just increase their market. If they took all the guns off the street right now, that would increase the black market from overseas, because they would then have to smuggle them in, or Mexico, or on the ports coming from the Caribbeans in like Miami and shit. Because you want to know why? When you ban something that people want, something that people feel like they need, it's just like a drug. Except for this is just different, but you know what I'm saying? People buy drugs knowing they're illegal. They take the risk buying drugs knowing they're illegal. Same thing would be with guns. Motherfuckers gonna start building guns, getting them from overseas. It's people right now that live an everyday life that ain't in the army that just got guns stashed up. Think about if they took all the gun laws and changed them. Them motherfuckers, they're finna get rich. They gonna better sell the guns at triple price until shit level out. And then you got so many guns on the street, everybody, they can sell them so cheap. They gotta sell them cheap because somebody always selling one cheaper. And it becomes another market of competition. if they outlaw guns, niggas gonna start selling guns in the streets just like niggas sell drugs. It's gonna be the same concept. Same concept. It will be the same concept, bro. Be just like a motherfucker who sell drugs, they're gonna be flipping guns. Now that's gonna be part of their arsenal. That's gonna be part of their clientele. Motherfucker looking for guns. But let me see if anything else live. I think everybody done clocked out for the night, man. About to go ahead. Put my ass up out of here too. I guess that's the cue. Live. Bet. All right, man. Y'all stay up. Turn up. We'll be back tomorrow. God bless everybody. Lost somebody, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in and supporting. I thought they might have some more updates. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I honestly didn't think that bro was gonna make it this far, man. Like I thought that he would have been caught already. Nah, facts. Facts, man. Facts, AC. They're already expensive. They're gonna triple the price, nigga. They're gonna triple the price you take guns off the market. But we here though. We'll be back tomorrow, man. Y'all stay blessed. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out my boy AC, my Frenchie, D Bradford, TR Vision, Dutch, Not a Fan 916, Lassane Loyal, Cavalli Maine TV, D Bradford, So Real, Jacob Bush, Gaga, Petal Rabbit, MLK, my Frenchie, Mr. Growfire, Tony Snow, Billy Blue Bills. Shout out to everybody who tapped in, man. Appreciate y'all, bro. Got more coming, man. Stay blessed. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. God bless all these people also, man. For sure. Y'all stay up. My boy say come back with the food reviews. Nah, for sure, D. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to just keep that shit food reviews. That's just some H-Town shit, bro. That's just some real, I want to make that just really some H-Town vibe shit. And I got vlogs. I just ain't put them out. I am, though. We ain't tripping over shit. I'm pushing all type of videos now. Just all type of shit that I've been having going on. Shit that I be doing just behind the scenes and shit, like pulling up to like neighborhood events, like on some like feeding the people. Shit like that. There's all the vlogs. I'm trying to drop all the vlogs. And that's just the Houston street segment, bro. Me just keeping y'all in tune with what Houston streets look like. It's like a lot of people ain't been able to come to Houston and see Houston. They hear a lot about it, but I be wanting to give y'all a little bit of this shit from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? And that just ties in to what's going on with the platform. So we're going to do more food stuff. It's going to come. We got more food stuff coming. Facts, Not a Fan 916. So we got more food stuff coming. We got more shit at events, more interviews coming. I got an interview I'm finna try to cook up. I got the Fat Man Scoop interview releasing right now. I got to get that J-Dog full interview out. That's my bad. Should have really been out. I tripped out. I'm going to try to drop that Sunday for sure. That should have really been out, though. But it'd be hard to sit down and get in tune with all this shit that be going on, man. But we got everything coming. More podcast shit. Trying to keep them clips releasing. Everything. So I got another interview, and it's like this one right here. I got to get with him. But I think when y'all see this one, y'all gonna be shocked. Y'all gonna be shocked. It ain't gonna be, I ain't gonna be able to do it how I do it all the way. I ain't been able to do it how I want to do it all the way. I ain't gonna be able to do it, but y'all gonna be like, dang, these niggas on here together. Shout out to Sag World. What's going down, man? My boy Sag World. Hey, y'all, my nigga Sag World TV. This nigga has a Keefy D compilation on his channel, bro. From the Vlad TV interviews saying, damn. That nigga Sag World is fucking crazy, dog. Damn, man. That nigga has a motherfucking Keefy D. Sag World got a Keefy D motherfucking compilation. The Sag World, you tripped the fuck out with that one, man. For y'all who don't know who Keefy D is, Google him. You'll see exactly who he is, bro. That nigga is wild, man. Keefy D had to be unintentionally one of the funniest niggas on the internet. Nigga said, I went to Compton, started balling. Had to get my damn ear drained today, man. Any of y'all ever got y'all earwax like drained out with the little spray gun with the water? They put that dissolving in your shit? Nah, for sure. I'm trying to get my hoodie. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Slow process, but it's progress. It's coming. You finna figure it out, man. Everything finna get figured out. So it's on the way. Everything on the way. Should do a vlog. Bro, it's crazy, not a fan. I got vlogs in the past of like MLK Day, and I do have an old vlog from MLK Day that I never dropped from MLK Day out here, where everybody go to MLK Day, everybody go to Martin Luther King, pull the slabs out and shit. And I never dropped the one from this year, so I'm gonna do it though. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Fat Man Scoop too, man. Fat Man Scoop, you know, that we've been having some real good conversation, bro. Now, having a slab can never be outdated. It's part of the culture. Having a slab is part of the H-Town culture. It can't never be outdated because it's going to always turn heads. If a nigga got a slab done right now, it's more litter than a nigga having it back in the day. If you get a slab right now, it's more litter than having a slab back in the day. A slab today is more turnt than back in the day. Not as far as, and when I say that, let me say that correctly. Back in the day, it was respected more by everybody. But now, if you ride slab, it's just a different vibe. You gonna turn heads. Niggas gonna be like, dang, that bitch clean, because you don't see him all the time. Well, you do though, bro. It depends on where you at. Because if you go to the Trey, you go to Emancipation on Sunday, nigga, you go to the Trey on a Sunday, you go to the South on a Sunday, you just got to be in the right hoods. If you in the right section, you going to see slabs out. They pull them slabs out every Sunday in the Trey. Saturdays too, but Sundays they be out there. But nah, man, we out. Y'all stay up, stay blessed. We got that Fat Man Scoop interview dropping. I dropped the clip today on that. Full Jada coming. More podcast clips coming, everything, man. Y'all stay up, man. Stay blessed. 1,000.